certainly that was the thing that I was probably the most disturbed by with Cameroon, is that we didn't convert, we weren't clinical enough around the goal. But that's something that you just continue to work on in training, on the pitch. You continue to work on finishing and movements to get yourself in a position to score goals. And I thought with Cameroon, we got in some really good positions to score. We just didn't put the ball in the net. So obviously, the farther you go in the competition, the more difficult the level of competition gets. So I think it'll be key that we convert our opportunities to tomorrow and in the return leg. But we have the players that do it. Like I mentioned in Cameroon, I would be more worried if we weren't creating the chances. That would worry me more than the conversion itself. So as long as we create the chances, I feel confident that we'll get the goals.
Totori.
Good afternoon. My name is Professor Chitotorini. Coach, you just said something about conversion, and we all know that the game tomorrow is very massive. For you, how comfortable, how convenient will you be tomorrow at the end of the game? What kind of respectable scoreline will you think that with this one and one leg to Paris 2024 Olympics? Thank you.
I'm really confident, as I said, with the team. I feel good about the squad that we selected. If you follow our players back with their clubs at home, it was interesting the last 2 weeks. Most of our attacking players are scoring goals for their clubs, so they're all coming in really good form right now. So I'm confident with the team. I'm excited about the game, and any good competitor wants to play against the best competition, and so we'll embrace that challenge and look forward to it.
Coach, you didn't hear what a good one, comfort going into the
what
score line?
Oh, what will the score line be?
That would be good for you ahead of this.
Oh, I will take 8 or 9 if you want. I would be quite happy with that. No, I think as anything, the first thing you want is to get the result. So if that's a 1-0 result, you take the result. Obviously, the more goals we can score and the larger the gap we can make it, it's better for us. But the focus is getting the result first and foremost.
All right.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst right now the Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Eno. Please, a round of applause for him.
Thank you very much. Coach, my name is Bumi. I work with Cool FM, Nigeria Info, and Wazobia FM. I listened to the interview you did with the office, and one of the comments you made caught my attention. This set of players is they are golden generation, and I want to ask, don't you think you're putting extra pressure on them? And for Ajibade, what does this mean? Because we've seen a whole lot of very good players. Does this put extra pressure on you to want to fulfill what the coach has said? Thank you.
Well, yeah, no, I think, let me clarify my conversation with Tobex was, I do think this is a generation of young players that have come through the program that are a special group. So I mean that in a very positive way. I think we've got some good young players coming up that's to be looked at in the future. We've got some young players in this camp. And then I think we've got some quality with our veteran players. And I think it's just a very, very strong side. I think the more time we have together, the more we're going to continue to improve. And so that's my belief about the team. That shows that I believe in each of the players. But that's not spoken to put added pressure on them at all. That's to show that as a coach, I'm confident in their abilities. And I think they know that. So I'll let Rash address that a little bit, and she can give her take on it. But I don't think we put pressure on our players. I think we try to show them that we have that belief in them.
All right, let's also...
Right. That's just the answer. So he believed in us, and I believe that's what we are. So no doubt.
All right, let's also welcome the General Secretary of the Nigeria Football Federation, Dr. Sanusi Mohammed. A round of applause for him, please. You're welcome, sir. Okay, more questions?
My name is Tolu Oguntimei. I work with ITV Abuja. Coach, I want to talk about game management. The last match against Cameroon, towards the tail end of the game, it's as if the Falcons were gasping for breath, waiting for the final whistle. What lessons have you learned from that? I don't know whether the perception may be quite different, but from me, watching it from the side, it was we're just waiting for the final whistle. What lessons are you taking from that as we're looking forward to tomorrow's match? How can we be able to manage this game that we can finish comfortably with our hearts not in our mouths?
Yeah, and I think that's very astute on your side. I do think the last 20 minutes of that match, we kind of just hung in and dodged a few opportunities, quite frankly, at the end that you don't want to give. So it's just one of those things we have to try to continue to prepare the team to play the full 90 minutes or 120 if it takes that. That you can't relax at this level against this kind of competition because it just takes one opportunity. So it's something that we have to try to learn from every match, and that's one thing that as we left we discussed, is that we weren't happy about the last 20 minutes of that match. I think it goes back to a little bit about being clinical early, because in the first half we probably had 3, maybe 4 really good chances, and if we would have scored 2 or 3 of those, the game would have been over at halftime. So it works a little bit both ways, but it's something we certainly talk about.
Yo.
Yeah, my name is Monsura from Molat Sporgist. One for the coach and one for the captain. So, coach, we've been talking about conversion rate and the striking position, but then again, we have Ashley Plumpton injured. What are the things you've put in place for the defense line? Because the only veteran defender we have there is Ohale Osinachi, and we have attacking prowess in the South African team, like of Catlana and the Super Seaway. So, what have you put in place to stop these attacking prowess? For the captain, for the past 4 meetings between South Africa and Nigeria, they have the upper hand from the Aisha Buhari's Cup to the WAFCON. So what are you people doing as a team to make sure that this does not repeat itself? Because just like the Bafana, the Bayana have mostly home-based player in the team, which means that they've been training together for long.
Well, we have a couple of key injuries, not only Ashley Plumpton, but Demeyan Tosin obviously is out, as most of you know, and it's been reported in the media. So that's one of our good young and up-and-coming defenders as well. So losing those 2 are difficult, obviously. But as I said to the previous question from one of you, is we believe in the players we brought in that's going to replace them. And I think the players that we select to play in their place, I think you will see that they'll do a really good job. So we have all the confidence in the players that we'll have replacing them.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a revenge time for us. So, of course, they've always been coming, and we've been having like a very tough match against them. So right now, we want to go to play in the Olympics this time. So if we have to go there, we need to compete against any team. So we're ready. Thank you.